What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Tilt City here at FSI. I am Alex Hooper, joined by my buddy Tom Stoss, as always. And Tom, what's taking you to Tilt City this weekend?
I never thought I would say this, but it's the actually beautiful weather in Ohio today, and kind of the whole weekend, but mostly today. I was a responsible guy. Caught up on all my slates today. Was watching all the late swaps. Was really watching all the late swaps, as we'll get into later on. But I totally missed the Tottenham showdown, which would have been a lot of points pulled in and whatever. But I was too busy having fun on a patio outside. Fully vaccinated gang represent, and we were out in force having a great time. Totally missing the Tottenham showdown. So whatever. I've been having fun with those showdowns all week, and I would have liked to have done that, but I had fun drinking a little bat. That's fine with me.
I assume the vibes were worth the $2 you lost or whatever.
There were like children running around outside, and it was just like, hey, buddy, whatever. Hey, everyone come on out, even the kids.
That's fair. All right. See, not the vibes I'm looking for. I would have been tilting about the kids.
We moved on. Yeah, it was just one stop. No worries.
Good to know.
What's got you going, man?
So that hummus thing.
Don't get me started. I'm glad I had a good day today because
I had a good day yesterday. That's why it bugs me because I had him in my best lineup, as we'll see. So 86. I'm trying to this 9 to 5 thing. I think the thing that's really tilting is the sprint out slates, man.
Yeah,
it's a whole ass job, and I checked the Everton lineup. I was really happy with a lot of my lines based on the first match, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna go do whatever I was gonna do. I don't even remember what I did. It doesn't matter to anyone listening. But 4 minutes beforehand, man, if you're not around your phone, and that's on me. Yeah, it was
4 minutes. I totally missed it. It was after, and I was like, oh, no kidding. Oh, well, that's good to know.
Yeah, I went back to check on my lines after. I think it was after the first goal. I don't think I even realized it.
Oh, right. Okay, yeah.
We'll see. Let's dive into Saturday though. It started really well for me.
Oh, okay, good.
We're gonna start with this City Palace match, 2-0 to City as expected, and you didn't really know what you're gonna get out of City lineup wise. You knew you're gonna get a lot of rotation. They've got leg 2 against PSG on Tuesday, and this was a pretty winnable one. So it definitely felt like a 1-0, 2-0.
Yeah.
So
I didn't even bother because this one was early. Right. All I noticed that in the Fantasy Premier League that there was no points for Foden or KDB. So I was like, wow, they really must have cycled out. I didn't know they got Aguero in. Good for him.
Yeah, and he scores the opening goal at 57 minutes. I mean, it didn't look as good for me early because obviously I'm out here stacking City, as we'll see in a second. But Ben Mendy gets the assist. Ferran Torres gets a goal 2 minutes later. Really quick, we just got to look at the City lineup because, this is basically how it played with that, obviously Torres and Sterling getting ahead, and then these two maybe a little more in tandem, but didn't really know what I was going to get out of the fullbacks. But I went to Mendy plenty, and I got to Cancelo a decent amount. So let's dive into that really quick because we've had a lot of showdowns recently, and we've tried to get them a little bit into showdown strategy. So I actually did really well. I think I won about $400 on 75 or something like that. So what is that, over a 4 extra turn, 5 extra turn? I'll take it.
Yeah. Sorry, you sprung that on me. I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, weren't expecting the math.
It's so late in the day.
It's true. This is later than we normally record. Math is behind us. So this is the one that apparently would have been third in the big one, but Aguero captain, even at higher ownership than Torres, but he freed up some money for you. You had to hit the Ederson clean sheet because there weren't that many goals. Cancelo was huge. Mendy was huge. Okay. Torres got the other goal, and he was on sets. That was the thing, is we didn't really know who was going to be on sets, and it wound up being Ferran Torres 100%. Mm-hmm. So I captained him most of the time, as we'll see. So this is my 16th lineup.
Right. Oh, yeah.
I had plenty of Aguero caps, but I think the original Aguero cap had Gaeta. So So this is what I got. I tied a bunch of ways for second on this one, so it wasn't creative or anything, but number one here.
Yeah.
So it's really just so you get the Torres captain.
Okay. So that was possible the other way around. I was wondering about that.
Yeah, you could fit it if you went down to Benteke, and Benteke made the
I didn't realize Benteke. Okay, yeah, right.
Less than a point difference. So
yeah, that's fine.
As far as correlation goes, like having Ederson and Benteke, like I wouldn't be like I'm going to play Benteke in a lineup with Ederson because Ederson's there for the clean sheet. So
right.
I mean,
it's kind of funny that this guy's third and that was your 16th, because I feel like it like would be reversed. I would be like running out of Palace guys at some point and be like, well, Benteke could take a shot, take 2 shots, 5, whatever. That it conceivably could happen, and it did. I don't know. I mean, but right, yeah, I would go to Eze first. Yeah, absolutely.
The majority of my lineups were Torres captains too. So let's scroll down. 16th. Here's Torres. Yeah. So I just had Sterling Mitchell. No Ederson. Whatever. That was my last lineup.
I like whoever was captaining Tyreek Mitchell. That's a baller move.
There you go. I'd like to see where they're at.
Where those savings got them, man. Right. I bet you got all the way there. Good for you.
So this one was duped. This one was duped plenty. This is pretty standard stuff. Like it was basically like Torres, pick 2 attackers and get the fullbacks, and then whoever fits from Palace. And
Milivojevic is absolutely one of those guys. Yeah, I would switch him out too.
He's within the realm. Cheap. Right. Like if you want to go through Palace and find guys, like you're only gonna play 4 or 5 of them anyway. Like if you have money for Andros Townsend, like you probably goofed up, but you'd be okay playing him. And like Zaha in a lineup without Ederson or something like that. I know I captained Zaha once, but that was like my only Palace cap. So let's just run through a few of these. Here's where you get the Gaeta stuff.
But yeah, of course you go to the keeper. Yeah, why not? I mean, if you're going to enter a showdown like this, of course.
Yeah, if you're stacking, and I know I captained Gaeta a couple times because there's always that chance that he makes 5, 6,
he could get
7.
8 points and lose by they get 2 goals, whatever.
Yeah.
Not today though. Way earlier in the season. That's Gaeta. I don't know. He's kind of fell off recently, man. I don't know.
I got duped a ton. Well, I guess it makes sense. I think every lineup I made got duped because okay. But I still won quite a bit of money. Let's see, duped. This one wasn't duped. It's the Gaeta line, except I had Jesus instead of Sterling. But the Sterling one was very duped, probably because I left a bunch of money on the table.
Oh yeah, look at that! Wow.
So what happened with me here is like if you looked at the live bar in your app, like I'm stacked way at the front. Like I won a $5 3 max, and then it was like second and everything else. But I also had like the 4th, 10th, whatever. So it was a lot of the same lineup. It was scripting for the same results so many different times, and that's why I do really well with City. Like because when I do well, I do well. And if you generally know what they're going to do, then like you can predict this sort of stuff. I wasn't making a ton of lineups, and a lot of days it would work where you make a lot of lineups that have some Palace. If you feel like Palace is actually going to score, then go ahead and make some lineups. But like there was no real realm, and I was willing for that to be very much part of my prop bet, that it was going to be a clean sheet for City, and then you just try to guess who's scoring. A lot of people don't like the City roulette. I enjoy it. I didn't like it with Liverpool because you had to play a bunch of floor guys and you had to decide who was going to have how much floor which day. With City, it's not like that because you generally get the floor and upside together. It's normally De Bruyne. This time it was Torres because he did score the goal. So I enjoy it, but that's just a little showdown. Go ahead.
It's interesting that you can keep up with it, like even with this rotation too, but they're just that dependable. Like you at least all those guys in the back, they're eligible for a clean sheet usually.
Right.
If you
have to slide Stones, right. Yeah. If you have to slide Stones, Ake, Diaz, all those guys. And Gator talks about it all the time. Like they have a built-in floor with their passing. So
Mm-hmm. That's kind of the nice thing about these showdowns is that like it's a lot easier to game stack just because I don't know. Yeah, you don't have to like worry about something else or it just being a dud because if a dud, then like you can get yourself there in enough ways that you come ahead most of the time, sometimes.
Right. And if you're looking for floor to fill out, because I mean, like, even in like 3-3 games, a lot of times you get only 3-4 goal scorers, and like you can still get floor elsewhere. So
Yeah,
that's why like I'm always going to be like, oh, well, I can get this guy if I think even if I thought Zaha was going to score, I can still go grab like a Milivojevic, I guess. Bad example, but even if it's Zaha and I think they get one, and I think with City, I'm gonna have Torres for the floor, and maybe you just guess on Sterling and Jesus and Aguero, and you can make 3 lineups just doing the same thing with one each.
Switch
and then you just grab that floor elsewhere. So it's I don't overthink. I try not to overthink showdowns too much, and when it hits, it hits. Unlike my classics, which are so kind of across the board and spread out, like I think it's a lot easier to profit big if you're max entering showdowns, but that's just me. That's just what I'm better at. So
I kind of find myself getting bogged down in the classics with like too many players from one team and then swapping out with all the other possibilities, and just showdowns were there the whole time. I just could have been doing that.
Right. And Blender and I talked about that on that podcast that we did where I was like, I'm stacking too many teams. Like we've gone through it a million times on here where I'm like, yeah, that's a stack. And there's another stack, but I'm like stacking 5 guys and you don't need that. So
it could also really go wrong with that team. Like it could easily just be like the wrong guys from City or Liverpool or whatnot, right. Or Man U and so on.
There's no guarantee that you get it right anyway. So
yeah.
So sometimes it's a little nicer to spread yourself out. All right. You want to get into the classics on Saturday?
Yeah, let's do it, man.
All right. So let's see. Chelsea is the biggest favorite on this slate. I want to say, Brighton was a little more favored over Leeds, and then Everton and Villa was closer. I could be wrong. Everton might have been a decent favorite, but I tried to find more of my way to this game and then wait for Chelsea. Because Chelsea was also rotating. So I was just going to try and get this right. Just whatever I thought might happen and then move on. And luckily, Gross gets the first goal. Second goal was Danny Welbeck.
Right.
Late. Which I prepared for that because I keep playing him.
Yeah. This was real quick. This was a day that I overslept for, and I didn't even go to I didn't even drink them on Friday night. I just was really sleepy, so I only got a couple out at 9:58, and they all had Gross, and none of them had Welbeck. So I was just
that's
waiting to see what happened.
That's an 18th lineup thing.
Yeah, right, exactly. And I did not have the time to get to 18.
Right. We'll see what number. I get to Brighton pretty quick, I think. So
yeah,
it might be less than that because they also ran the 2 striker thing. So I'm going after that, which I always seem to.
Yeah.
So basically you had to see what Chelsea was going to give you, and they gave you Kai Havertz, and they did give you Mason Mount, which I had a hard time getting to with the late swap because I wasn't building for him, and then of course he gets the assist. I had Havertz in my cash lineup at first, and then wound up swapping him out. But
I think I had to. I put my faith in Ziyech here, and it didn't work out with him and Havertz the way it was because I was saving for James, which we'll get to again. We'll get to that, but I missed out on Havertz completely for the most part. I think I did.
I went to Ziyech way too much too, which is another thing that I do.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
So Villa actually good.
He just you always think it's the time where he breaks out. You always think that's going to be the time where it's this one and just a goal. Just a goal.
The worst thing was that he did it at the beginning, like his first or second start, if not both. He scored, and I was like, "Here's my guy," and so already had a bias. Then he locked it in, and he was like, "Nope."
I think he was just inflating his value to trick guys like us to send us into oblivion with them.
Yes.
Meanwhile, Mason Mount is rising, and you can't pass on.
he's quickly becoming one of my least favorite guys, like my all heel.
I hate
DFS.
Chelsea so much. I hate them.
See, I like most of their players, not him though.
They're annoying.
And then Marcus Alonso, I don't care for.
I know they're so good too. I hate watching them because it's like, yeah, of course they're scoring goals right now. Oh God. Oh.
Yeah.
Whatever. Thomas excellence, man. That's how it goes.
That's true. Yeah.
I have to appreciate it no matter what.
They are running that Tommy excellence. Villa, I meant to be asking you how likely you were to get to a certain guy in, but you didn't run the 20 lineup, so maybe we skip it.
It's a little screwy. I could sort of project. I don't know. Like I'm pretty likely to get to Havertz across 20 lineups. Maybe not the right combinations, but like I would throw him in because he was up front, right? He did that. They did that again. Yeah, it was like that other day where he had a great day against, what was it, Palace. Yep. Yeah, of course you want to run him just because he's the guy in front of Chelsea.
Center forward, yeah. Last game, then we'll get into the actual breakdown of the slate. But Ollie Watkins scores early. I didn't get to him a whole lot because I had other. Dominic Calvert-Lewin was who I was more focused on. So when he was scoring, I was happy. I got to a lot of Digne somehow. I tried to get to some El Ghazi. I got there. I don't think it helped me, and I didn't get to any Traore at all. But I understand playing every single one of these guys, but the way I was approaching Chelsea and getting early on Brighton, then I didn't really get to all of them. So I had a good day though. So
nice.
Third, this is my 11th lineup. All right, so I went to the Gross Welbeck thing to start, and then just waited for Chelsea. Boy, Reece James was a letdown.
Sure was. Yeah, that got me too. Yeah, that wasn't very helpful. You're better going off to Ola Aina than him.
Wow. He was in a couple of lineups, I think, too.
Yeah, why not?
But all right, so I got there quickly. 11% on. That's beautiful. Kai, yes. Wish I would have done something different here. James, whatever, I was getting there plenty. And then Roberts. What else did I do here? So this is without Welbeck and still pretty close. Stuart Dallas had a hell of a day again. Oh, it's because I got the El Ghazi. All right, I didn't see him in any of my higher lineups when I looked yesterday. So 13. So as we're trying to guess the nuts here, it seems like Gross, Welbeck, Havertz, Calvert-Lewin, Dallas, Digne, Mendy.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
I don't know if that works.
Someone else. Yeah, no. I was just looking at mine and I was appreciating Lookman, but I don't think that works price wise.
Werner,
maybe. He had a good day, but I don't think you don't need him.
Right.
To do it.
Yeah. So, no, this was not one of my better lineups coming in. I had a lineup with Hamas. I didn't get him out. That was towards the top at some point, but
okay, yeah, right.
a double. This one was just on me because I didn't see that, but it didn't matter anyway. I had Bamford. I was sunk. So, all right. So
yeah, he tends to do that, huh? I feel like I've run into that way too many times with with Bamford.
Yeah, he's not been great lately. All right, let's try to guess the nuts then. Gross, Welbeck, Calvert-Lewin, Dallas, Havertz, Digne, Mendy.
And then I don't know.
It
probably was someone in the 2000s. I don't think it would have been 8. Chelsea it was like 3,000.
So Chelsea had a clean sheet. Brighton had a clean sheet. It could have been like Ben White.
Yeah. I like that. Yeah, that's yeah.
You good with that?
I'm good with that.
All right. I think it's actually going to end up vastly different than what we guessed. Ziyech.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Sanchez. Yeah, that makes sense. I didn't even think about that.
Okay, yeah.
7.9. Like, I didn't get to him the whole time. Huh. Veltman, I'm surprised at 4,800. Ziyech was affordable.
And Ziyech, that's really weird that Ziyech and Veltman are there. I would not have expected either of them.
I think just because, like, Calvert-Lewin and Welbeck and Havertz and even Sanchez, like, relative to the rest of the positions. Like, this is a really balanced build. Gross is the highest price player by 2,000 over ZH. So, like, I think you can afford to leave some points on the table. I am surprised. Who did we name that isn't? Oh, it's Dallas.
And then.
So Dallas would have been part of the nuts, and then whatever the best defender was, probably.
Yeah. It's just this is one of those ones I can't believe works together price wise. It's dead on too. That's so good on you, man.
Let's see what Duraco did. He's pretty dang good. So Werner makes sense. Mings.
Werner, it's
2,800. Wow. Okay.
I can't believe Werner pulled in that much. Like, he's been so inaccurate lately. Oh, he had the assist. Okay, all right. I totally missed that.
He assisted the second goal. Yeah.
That'll do. Yeah.
I would have been more likely to guess this one.
Yeah, I should have. Yeah, Mings. I forgot Mings was in the mix. I probably would have.
He's just cheap.
See people going to him. Right, he's cheap, and it's like, yeah, they could do a 1-0.
Made the rest of the lineup work. Let's see what Mighty Wombat's did. He's a great player. Calvert Lewin, Gross, C.H. Harris. So there's Ben White, and then Pickford. All right, so he lost some points here.
It happens.
Sigurdsson didn't do much. So, all right. Emu, what's Emu doing? Klitsch, I got to Klitsch a little bit because 3,200. I didn't know what the situation was with the penalties, so I went with him. I got to Target plenty. I didn't get to Sigurdsson, luckily. Klitsch, Maupay, same lineup. Duraco again. Went to Richarlison, Klitsch. Richarlison makes sense as a part of this rotation. I got a little bit of him. Emu again. Right. There's some Richarlison. A lot more Everton there. I'm just skipping the guy who won, by the way. Let's see what else he did.
Yeah, I am kind of curious. Right, yeah. So okay. Just kind of whiffing everywhere else down there. That happened.
It looks like most people just started with Havertz, James Mendy, which this price was like that's why he was in my cash lineup. Like that was a hell of a price to be the front man on the biggest favorite on the slate. Like 33% ownership is probably too low.
Yeah. That's I don't know. Yeah, it's Chelsea. Just run him out there.
It's a GPP too, so.
Yeah.
30. Yeah. Wow. Less owned than ZH. See, that's weird.
ZH is that. Wow. Everyone was on that.
Like,
too bad.
Even being biased and loving ZH.
He's not necessarily the guy that you can it's not a more of a lock than Havertz up front for Chelsea.
Right. All right. Let's move on. Oh, is this the $1? This is the $4. This is a big lineup. Harrison, Alioski, huh? There's Dallas. Okay, so that makes a lot of sense too. Who is not here? This doesn't matter. We had someone else we were plugging into that position. If you move down. Oh, Calvert-Lewin.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Harrison had a floor game that was better than Calvert-Lewin's goal game. There was a day where Harrison was my guy, and I wasn't getting him out of any of my lineups. All right, let's look at today. Today was a wild one. I was
almost tilting that I live in Manchester so I could go to the party at Old Trafford.
The lads got together, had themselves a time, kicked the ball around. Someone made a joke that the guys on the pitch got more playing time at Old Trafford than Donny van de Beek. Which I thought was funny. So I was basically loading up on Spurs for this match anyway.
Yeah, right.
Or the slate, but then I really had to. I wasn't getting a ton of United Liverpool. I was mostly going to that game in like satellites and stuff like that, trying to get like way off the board, just trying to catch a goal.
Someone could end up with 20 easily on that. I don't know. Yeah, you want to throw them in there just in case.
Yeah, like a Mane or I mean Bruno, obviously, even though I don't like Bruno in big matches, but it didn't matter because the fans got this wiped off the slate. So I wound up getting a little bit of Aubameyang. I think 2 out of 20 lineups had Aubameyang. You've scored both for Arsenal, correct? Yeah. No, he assisted El Neni. Right. I obviously did not have any El Neni. And then the red light, not really a whole lot here. match gets canceled, and then Gareth Bale with a hat trick. By the time you got to this game, like if you didn't have 9,000 different stacks of Spurs, like you must have really stacked the first game and like wanted to.
Yeah.
But
the question that put you over the top was like if you did pick up Aubameyang pretty much in this one with a Spurs stack. And like I missed that. I mostly missed out on that. I got a couple in, but yeah, I didn't get to, the level where you needed to get to with that. It happens. But this was
Surge, Son, Stevie. So the Kane Chuck died quick.
Yeah, I didn't realize Kane was. Oh wow. Okay, that sunk me a lot with some of my lines. I didn't realize that was going on.
All right,
it happens.
So I mean, I didn't do great, but yeah, the Kane fade was wonderful. Should have had another goal and an assist from Alderweireld, but this looked like most of your lines, right? Like, didn't you get to a lot of Dubravka?
That was my guy for the most part. I think I only ever went off of him to what's his name on Arsenal, like once or twice. Other than that, it was
Matt Ryan.
I did get to Matt Ryan like a couple times. I think in the Aubameyang one, I did Matt Ryan, but there was maybe just that one time. Honestly, I didn't do 20. I only did 10.
Gotcha.
Just because. Anyway. Yeah. So Dubravka. Yeah. That once I saw that goal come in really early, I was like, okay, all right. I need a miracle.
Anytime that happens, though, I'm like, all right, he's getting volume, and it was like, nope, it was just that one shot that got through, and then not at all. And that's it. That ended up being what happened. I got to Deli a lot also because it's Deli and he was back and I was going to play him. Yeah. Especially like I had to be creative. I was like,
you could easily pick up an assist and it puts him in the. I mean, without Bale being like hegemonic with that hat trick, it's like, okay, maybe I can count on Deli for like 15 here and like that'll be, he'll be the guy who is like, who is good for you on Spurs besides Kane and Son. Kane obviously didn't matter, but right, and Deli, yeah. You get there. Like McGoldrick, you get there. Like
right. Like I was making 17 pretty much game stack. Like it was like this. It was like, oh yeah, Sean Longstaff played. He got me 7 points. Like, great. That was a nice 4 for 3,700, 8% ownership. Like, all right, how can I make this work? And I got to Lloris plenty.
Did you have any ones where you only had Spurs and Sheffield guys and you weren't allowed to play it? I don't know how that would work. Like, what if you had Liverpool?
You just play someone from Liverpool.
Oh, yeah. That's right. I forgot those guys were available.
I do have one, actually. I played Kabak.
Because that was the problem. I had to start picking up Sheffield guys and something. I was like, all right, I guess it's McGoldrick or some guy who's $3,000. I have no idea which one. And none of them probably panned out that well. Not that it mattered because Bale almost got hit 50 points.
I didn't have anything. Oh yeah, this one was. I can't believe this is this low. Oh, because I didn't have Bale. I had Son, not Bale.
Yeah, this. I think I had those 3 Arsenal guys in the only one I had Aubameyang in, just because it was a little Arsenal stack, and it was like, oh wait, I don't have nearly enough to get everything off Spurs I need.
And this was my second lineup. I think my actual first was Aubameyang and Callum Wilson.
Oh, okay, sure.
I put them together a ton, but yeah, see, like these all just ended up being Spurs stacks. I really blew my Matt Ryan clean sheet apparently because I didn't get Bale, but these are 100-point lines that didn't get any money. So I would like to see where my first one wound up. 10, 4. Oh, here you go.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I don't know why on that lineup I chose to take 3 guys from Sheffield, but what's my worst one here? Oof.
Højbjerg. Oh, okay. That's how he did. Nah, yeah.
That's what you're going to get from him. I'm trying to get different because I got to build this 9,000 ways.
Like I thought at least you would get a bunch of accurate passes out of him. Something. Oh no! He never came on. Oh no!
Well, I'm mad because I global player swapped him, and apparently they were like, nah. Even though he was in my, this is the one I was talking about. Even though he was in my utility spot, but all right. I have no idea how we're gonna do this. I have no idea. So El Neni is definitely in it. Abba, Bale, Son, Aurier, probably Lloris. Or Matt Ryan. Could be Matt Ryan.
Yeah.
He doubled up too. Dang, he got first and second with the same lineup.
Oh wow, jeez. Yeah,
right.
I don't. Yeah, this is another one. I think I'm going to marvel at the pricing because I don't think the keeper thing is kind of throwing me. But I don't know who else you would have besides the sheep guys.
Sure. All right, Bale, Son, Abba, El Neni, Aurier. At this point, I think it would have to be Ryan.
You think it's one of the Arsenal backs? I don't know if they
probably. Oh, yeah. I don't know who else had a. I mean, Xhaka was a midfielder and played wide, and then it was Bellerin, and I doubt it was either Newcastle back. Yeah, I'm gonna guess like David Luiz or someone who just got a clean sheet.
Yeah, right.
And then do I have another spot?
Could be Toby. I guess it could be Toby.
Could be Toby. Very easily could be Toby. Then that's gonna make me think it's Lloris. But
yeah, well, maybe you needed the other guy. I mean, I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, we'll see.
Odegaard, I don't think is gonna justify it. All right, let's take a look.
Yeah.
Longstaff, duh.
Longstaff.
But it's Longstaff and Xhaka, and it was Bellerin and it was Lloris. Okay.
Okay. Nice.
Here's Bale, Lo Celso, Bellerin. You obviously had these three guys, and then him, and then I'm surprised we're not. There's Ryan. Okay, we saw that already. Yeah, these all make sense.
Right.
I'm not surprised by any of them.
A goal trick, not today, buddy. Today, I thought today I thought I could count on him. I thought I could count on him to put one past Spurs just because Spurs, but not today. They were on top. They were the Ryan Mason gang showed out today against relegated Sheffield. Sorry, guys. I gotta think. What is that even like? Like, what is the atmosphere like on a team who's like already relegated, like Sheffield?
A lot of times you get like they have nothing to lose.
That's true. Especially if you can make a difference against someone's like top four hopes or whatever. Especially that. We've seen that enough, haven't we, Ben?
Well, I remember last game of the season, I don't know if we were playing for Europe or whatever, Spurs playing for Europe, and then Newcastle beat them like 4-0 or something.
Yeah, that's a good example. Yep.
Yeah. So that's kind of what I was expecting. And at the beginning, Spurs were just way more offensive today. And then after about 40 minutes or whenever the first one was scored, it was just like, oh God, these guys are bad. Like they were just holes everywhere. They're awful.
Yeah, it could easily go that way. And I mean, imagine if you're someone who's like finally getting a shot, like you're getting a shot to then go down to championship next season. Like you might not even be on the team. Like what do you expect at that point? Like I don't even know what to do. Like I guess I'll take I guess I'll go crazy on Tottenham if I can, and they couldn't.
If you look at that team, like who, if you were a mid-table side, say you're a Brighton or something, and you wanted to like purge them because they're going down, is there anyone on that team where you're like, I gotta have that guy?
The guys you want to pick up? I was thinking about that too. Yeah, in the same vein. I have no idea who I would want to like poach from Sheffield.
They're all like, I think a lot of them are old, and so
Musset. I would develop Musset to be the star I thought he was last year.
I want to say he's on loan.
Oh, is he? Oh,
I think so. I think a lot of these guys are
from Sheffield. Oh,
to Sheffield, but no, I'm wrong. He transferred when they got promoted. He left Bournemouth.
Oh, okay, all right.
Ryan Brewster is on loan from Liverpool, I believe. I don't think they sold him officially, but I don't know that he'll ever actually be a good Premier League player. But Baldock and Stevens or whatever, the center backs or whatever, Ethan Ampadu might be worthwhile for someone.
Yeah, maybe one of those.
But
one of those guys in the back.
Fleck, Norwood, Lundstrom. They're just all the same guy. They're all like James Milner light.
Yeah, they really are, huh? Okay, I mean, it's a tough time to be a Sheffield. I'm a Sheffield fan. I feel bad for those guys that get locked into that every year, and you just.
Well, it feels like a team that's going to go down and then stay down, if not go down further.
Down more, yeah, right. Yes.
Someone drag racing over there.
People on the street, I don't know why motorcycles love the street, but they do. Maybe because it has 2 lanes. I don't know. They're always going by. It might not have been a motorcycle. It's just people with loud engines. Hey, whatever. That's the price I pay for having the window open. It's beautiful. I don't care. Sheffield, I don't care what happens to them. It's beautiful outside.
That's a good way to look at it. I hope it's beautiful in Sheffield, which I'm sure it's not.
I think, yeah, it's England. 2, I think they're an industrial town in England, which, like, it's pretty spotty. Yeah. I don't know. Good luck, guys. I hope you can stay. It's every year. I always hate to see, like, these teams coming up and it's like maybe they have an edge and they're down the next year. And it's like, yeah, I just think again and again, there's always one of them. Norwich, that's a good one. I'm worried it'll happen to Leeds. I'm worried the Magic's going to go out. I was worried about Wolves, but they seem to have found a way to stay in, like, 10th, which is, like, good on you.
I don't know about Wolves.
Well, we'll see. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Which is crazy. If they have more money to spend, maybe, but they've just been playing some negative ass football and it's not fun. Leeds, I'm not worried about Leeds. I'm not worried about Leeds. They will get a financial swoop in. Like, if there's anyone looking to take over a club or buy a controlling share or even buy 30%, like, that's the one you go to, I think. Out of the ones that you can actually get into at this point, that's probably prime real estate.
Okay, well, I don't know. Like, it would be really annoying if, like, Elon Musk got in there. I would really hate that. I don't know. That'd be, like, a tough one.
I don't want to think about that. SpaceX FC.
Come on.
Boring FC.
Yeah, they probably would.
Hire Mourinho.
Great.
Thank you. All right. With that, that's it. Another weekend. A good weekend for me. Raced a lot of my downturn. I played MMA for the first time. Didn't do great.
I listened to your show with Blender, and it didn't make me want to go into other sports so much as it made me want to try other soccer competitions. I'm not quite there in, like, guessing, because I tried NBA and it was not great. So let's try La Liga. Let's try MLS one day, and then we'll see where we go from there.
We gotta just do an MLS show one of these days.
Yeah, we got all summer. They're playing.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, maybe in a couple of weeks we'll do some MLS.
Yeah,
because it'll be during Euros too, so maybe we dabble in both. So, all right, cool. Looking forward to that. But thanks everybody who tuned in. We will catch you next week.